Hi, are we being extra? How is everyone? Welcome and welcome back. This is July now. How is your summer so far? If you live in the East Coast, or if the season where you're living is currently summer. Um, I'm Stephanus. This is Be Extra, a knitting podcast. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, or if you're returning viewers, welcome back. Okay. We survived June. We celebrated Pride Month. And if you joined the Pride Pod Make Along, thank you. And if you would like to know what Be Extra Knitting giveaway is, this is the episode that I will explain about, the giveaways that I will provide to the winners. So, but before I haven't been recording for a while and it feels, anyway. Yeah, let's just start with the giveaway and then get over with and then continue with the making stuff. Notice I don't say knitting because I'm a little bit stuck with the crocheting at the moment. Anyway, okay, the giveaway. Before I record this, I already contacted the winners. I use a random number generators, and I went through the the hashtag that we use for the Pride Pod Make Along, which is Pride Pod Mal 25, Pride Pod Mal 2025, Pride Pod Mal, and also Be Extra Knitting. And then I just created a list. And then from the list, I use a Google random number generator. I video recorded it, and then I shared the taping with the winners, randomly selected winners through Instagram. So you should, if you are the winner, you should have received my message to ask for where I should be sending your gifts. So congratulations, and I hope to do this again with the whole Pride Pod Make Along group, which is Gary Knits, Gary Rides, the Kick-Ass Knitters, and we also have Irish or Wells. Oh my God. Martin, the Knit 365, that organized the Zoom meeting that happened 2 weeks ago now? I guess so. Or last week. I don't remember. Anyway, hopefully we'll do this again next year. So, yeah, congratulations and thank you. Okay. What am I going to share? So I haven't decided who will receive what, but I will just share what they are. So number one is a combination of this fingering and mohair. Fingering is from Madeline Tosh, and mohair is from Lebanami. Madeline Tosh is 90% merino wool, 8% viscose, 2% nylon. This is called Gigi Loves Orange. And this is 420 yards for 100 grams. So this is fingering. And then this one is mohair from Lebanami. And this is mohair silk, 500 meters. And this is 50 grams, so 70 mohair, 30% silk. The color is Hella. So Hella and Gigi Loves Orange. So that's the first one. I still haven't decided. If you're one of the winners and you know which one you want, let me know. If not, I will just assign based on the vibe that I get from your Instagram posts. And, some of you I know personally, so I know what I will give you. The next one is combination of another Labenami. This one is mohair silk, also 70% mohair, 30% silk. Cocoa, the color cocoa, and this one, and then that will be combined with this Aquarello, which is a one batch skein. So this is not a repeated color from this dyer, which is Aurora Yarns, and I got it from San Francisco, California a long time ago. I'm not saying they go together, but hey, they're in the family. So if you can use it separately, or if you want to use them together to make like, I don't know, like a one skein shawl kind of thing. So, but anyway, fingering and 50 grams mohair silk. This one is 400 meters for 100 grams, and 75% wool, 25% nylon, and it is a super wash. So super wash, this is mohair. The previous one, the fingering is also super wash. So there's super wash fingering with mohair. So that's the first, that's the second. And then I have the third one is going to be a created for you by Laura skein. This is fingering weight 100% superwash merino, 438 yards for 100 grams, and the color is smiley. And then I'm going to, so that's the third one. And then the fourth one is also from Created for You by Laura. It is a fingering sock weight, 75% merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards for 100 grams. And the color is Cruisin'. This is from May 2022. I think it is based on an album. Which album was that? I forgot what album, but I can have a look. But basically, Laura, or Created for You by Laura, she made the color to represent an album cover. If you can figure out which band album this is inspired by, that would be great. So another one, I picked 5, but I think 2 of them are the same person. So at the end, I think it will be just 4 gifts to be shipped. So the if it is just 4, I will combine. I will combine this as a gift, and then I will send this as one gift. So this is ISPI raffia, 100% raffia, and this is the raffia that I have been using to make my equality bucket hat, which I will talk about afterwards. Or after this. So there you go. Congratulations again for all the winners. Send me your address. I'm not going to save your address. I'm not going to share your address. I will delete your address as soon as I ship out all these gifts. And yeah. So that's pretty much it for that. All right. What have I made, or what have, let's just go through the regular thing. Finished object, work in progress, and plan what to make next. All right, finished objects. I lost count. I made so many things. However, none of them is knitting. They're all crochet. What is the reason? Because so before June, I think the last episode in May, I was talking about this hat right here that I made because of a hat that I saw in a store when I was in Milan. It's Prada. It's a Prada store that I was like, oh, I want to make something like that. I made it, but then after I made this and I recorded the episode, I received some requests of the pattern. Meanwhile, I was just free form making it. There's no pattern. I mean, I can do basic crochet. So I was just, it's just a mash, mash stitch here, and then just double crochet on the top and then a single crochet in the rim. So I decided, okay, I could write a pattern, but might as well celebrate the Pride Month with the pattern that I was going to write. So I decided to make a whole pattern where I call it the equality bucket hat. So basically it's a bucket hat with an equal sign on the front, and apparently this technique is called fillet crochet. If you, maybe I say it wrong, but please correct me. FIELET, and I know that from Nancy from Getting Pearly with It. Nancy works in New York City, Nitty City yarn store, and she's a great designer, and she has been a great supporter of this bucket hat, because when I decided to write the pattern, I placed it in Ravelry for free, and Nancy has been making a lot of the bucket hat and support the cause, or support the Pride Pot Make Along. Anyway, Nancy mentioned that this technique is called a fillet crochet. So basically, it's just a mash stitch, but then there's an equal sign here. Instead of making a mash stitch, it's just double crochet every single stitch and then continue with a mash stitch. So it's really simple. So you work it top down. So you start with double crochet at the base, and then you continue with the mesh stitch, and then make this equal sign, and then for the rim it's just a single stitch. And I originally made it really exaggeratedly large, or larger than my head circumference, because I want it to be really covering my, sorry, this lighting is not the best, but doesn't matter. I'm loving the natural light. I don't want to use, studio lighting thing, so just bear with me. So as you can see here, it's so much bigger than my head, but I really like it because I want something that is big enough to cover the whole head, and including my ears. So not just stopping here, I want it to go down. Now, when I made the pattern, when I wrote the pattern, I wrote 4 different sizes, or I updated it so that it has 4 different sizes. So this one is 26.5 inch, the largest. I also have 21, 23, 25 inch, and 26 and a half. So there are 4 different sizes. So and also I recorded a video to guide or supplement the pattern. So if you go to the Ravelry Equality Bucket Hat, search Equality Bucket Hat, you will find the pattern. It's free for download. And also there's a link to the YouTube tutorial. And please, if you would like to make this, go ahead. And also my suggestion is it needs to be steamed, ironed at the end to make it really beautiful and neat like this. So if you think that, oh, it looks wonky after you make them, make sure you steam iron, just actually iron the whole thing. And this is raffia. Raffia can take ironing. It's not going to melt because it's pretty much plant fiber, just like cotton. So just like ironing your shirt. I'm sorry, I should have ironed this shirt, but I was just trying to record it quickly. It's only 2 o'clock on the 4th of July Friday, because I need to go after this. Anyway, yeah. So I was mentioning I have so many finished object because I made all sizes that I wrote. And I also shared some of the bucket hat to my friends. So I went to P-Town. Actually, during the Zoom meeting, I was in Provincetown, Massachusetts for a vacation, and my friend from Atlanta and his husband came up to P-Town. Actually, we met in Boston and we took the ferry to P-Town for the Queer Men of Color Week. And I gifted him a hat. And then I also have a local friend that I regularly see at the cafe, our local cafe, and my friend knits. So but not crochet, and really wanted one, so I gifted one to my friend. So there are a couple of them that I already gifted away, but there's still a lot that I have. So this is the first one, and then I made so this is the 26 and a half inches. So as you can see, this is how it looks. You know, it's big, huge, but perfect for the beach. If you want to be incognito, especially. Well, if you want to, prevent the sun from your eyes. But this one is exactly the size of my head. As you can see here, it's covering just the top of my head, but not my ear, as you can see. But it's perfect if you go for this type of fit. It's, you can definitely measure your head circumference and exactly make that size. And also I made in different color. This one is metallic gold. I actually made this during the ferry trip from Boston to P-Town. So this one is metallic gold, different color. And then, so 1, 2, 3. I also made in white, and also this one I specifically make it the brim the brim up because it's white, it's nautical, so it's kind of like the sailor hat. You can also wear it like this. And then I also made a couple in this color. So I think I misplaced the 25 inch. This is 21 inch, the smallest one, so definitely it's not gonna fit me, but it's a look. Definitely this, I think I will give this away to my niece. I know I need to send out her birthday present. And then, yeah, so these are some of my finished objects. Oh, this is a good, what do you call, front page image. Let me just get this. Yeah. Okay, so that's some of the finished objects. Now, let's go back to the P-Town. So in the P-Town area, so P-Town is short for Provincetown, if you don't know. So this is a place on the tip of Cape Cod of Boston. It's 90-minute ferry ride from Boston, fast ferry from Boston. And it's a queer space. Basically, it's a town where we celebrate our queerness, basically. So, and they are really busy in the summer. And every week we'll have different themes. So I usually go to the Bear Week. But this year my friend and I and his husband, we want to go to the Queer Men of Color Week, which is June 19th to June 20 something. So we were there in that week and weekend. And the funny thing is, every day they have, if you go there with the group of the Queer Men of Color, you will have to get a ticket to go to events that they have. And the fun part here is that you should take a quiz to decide which color or which house you are in, and then depending on the house, you will need to bring your house color. And I mean, it's just for fun, but it's really interesting because throughout the week we will meet people, during the pool party or the boy beach, or anywhere, the restaurants. People will, be wearing outfits, and there are some colors that they're highlighting, and then you can figure out, are you the house of whatever. So we did not really buy the whole ticket for the whole week. We just decided to go and just see, what event we're really interested in, and just go to that individual event. So we did not really get the whole week pass, basically. But I checked the quiz, and the house that we really wanted to be in, had we taken the quiz, is the house of Escapade, which is the color yellow. And of course, we met a lot of people with that are in the house of Escapade there, and that brings us to this. So one of the events that we wanted to go is this, what do you call this, Met Gala summer camp theme dance. And the theme there is go all out, design something that is, unique. Think of Met Gala, basically. So I decided to crochet a top using the raffia that I've been using to make this. So, long story short, this is it. Oh, sorry. Long story short, this is it. Not the kilt, but the top here. So here you can see it's just a mesh diamond. So basically you just do chain, and then you anchor each end of the chain, and then when you get back, you anchor the middle part of the chain, so that when you keep going, you will make this type of diamond. And this one, I just figure out from YouTube's internet, like how do you make petals or a flower that is not using the granny stitch? Because of course I could have just used the granny stitch to make this type of a flower on a shirt, but I wanted something different. So basically this is again just like this idea. You just make a long chain between two anchor point, and then on the chain you just do in between single crochet, double crochet, treble, whatever, to play with the thickness of this strip, and then you repeat it multiple times. So it makes it look like flower. And at the moment, I just threw this on this mannequin, and this mannequin is not as voluptuous as I am, so it doesn't look that good on this mannequin. And I also did not steam it after my trip. Basically, I just threw it on here, but I will put some pictures here. And also you can go to my Instagram at beextraknitting to follow more of this. I really enjoy it. It is not your typical top, but to me it really celebrate the spirit of this channel, which is be extra, be brave at making things that you want, or that you think you will love. Because when I think about it, I did not know I think I talk about it in the May episode. Like, I'm not sure, so I'm not showing it. So I have not been talking about it in my episodes. But on my Instagram, I did, put some type of journey when I started with the first flower until I finished and until I wore it in P-Town. So where was I? Yeah, so this is more on the arts rather than the practical side of garment making. However, I will definitely wear this again if I have an event that is appropriate for to wear this. And when we were in P-Town, we went back because we go to P-Town every year, and then last year we saw this new kilt store in the Whalers Wharf. So if you've been to P-Town on Commercial Street and the Whalers Wharf, where there are a lot of galleries, and there's that what do you call movie theater on the second floor. So Whalers, but the first floor of Whalers Wharf, this is where the kilt store is. So I wanted to try a kilt. I've never had a kilt before, and actually it is easy to wear the kilt. The owner was able to explain us, how to wear a kilt, the story, tradition behind it. And it actually goes really well with this top. And little did I know, my thick calves look appropriate with a kilt. I thought that, oh, my legs are too big, blah blah blah, but I'm like, actually thick calves go well with kilt. I never knew that. So celebrate your body, people. But yeah, so again, I will put some pictures, or if I have put pictures, you will know what it looks like during that night where we went out for the dance. So those are some... Oh, this lighting is so interesting. Hopefully you're not annoyed with this lighting, but I look so dark, which is summer. I'm not gonna change anything. I like it. I like this lighting. Come on. I don't know. We can be perfect, but why not be? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Anyway, that's my finished object. Let's just continue with work in progress. Am I back with knitting? Well, not yet, because I said before, I'm still stuck in crochet land. Where am I stuck right now? Well, hold on. Back. Hat. There's one more. Still on the bucket hat. However, it's called a Labubu kit hat. What is a Labubu kit hat? A Labubu kit hat is a bucket hat for your Labubus. So anyway, when I was making this bucket hat, the craze for Labubu happened, right? Actually, this is not even Labubu. This is a Lafufu. So I did not even take off the price, y'all, just to confirm that I have a Lafufu. So this is $16.99. Definitely not a Labubu price point. Yeah. So no, I did not want to get a Labubu or a Lafufu, but when I saw the craze, I just Googled Labubu head dimension. And then from that, I made this. But then I'm like, I need to check if it actually fit. So I went to a store nearby that carries Lafufus or fake Labubus. I tried it on this guy, and I just went to the cashier to pay for it because look at this Lafufu, the vibe. I mean, yeah. So go ahead, judge. I am a Lafufu owner. Anyway, that's the next finished object for the hats. What is next? Well, I just cannot stop with this raffia. Anyway, I bought more. But look at this. The one that I started working with is in a spool like this. I like the spool actually. But then they have skein now. I think it's because distributor or provider or whatever, they have to switch where they're getting their raffia due to the current condition with a trade or trading. Anyway, they have this in skein now, and they have this color that is new. So as you can see, this is different from this color that I've been making, and also different from here. And I kept seeing summer raffia crochet things in a lot of designers, also some bag makers. So there's this bag that I saw using raffia and I really wanted. So I got more raffia and I went to online to see like perforated leather base to make crochet bag. So it is not genuine leather, but you get the idea. So this is it. So I'm making this is so beautiful. So I got this base, which is a dark brown color, and then I just started last night, and then the idea here is it's going to be, this is so beautiful. So it's going to be going out. So can you imagine it's going out like this halfway, and then changing tangent or slope, changing slope ever so slightly, but not really straight up. So it's just switching the slope going up. So it's going to be kind of like your beach bag, but at the end I forgot where I put the handle. The handle is kind of like a leather looking handle that is a little bit formal, so it will look like a hybrid of beach bag and laptop bag. And then using the same fillet crochet technique. I will put initial on the front, SA for Stefano Saxnanda, to as on one side. On the other side, I will also use this equal sign. So, and then I can use it for my, during the summer, my laptop bag. So isn't this amazing? All this crochet that I did not plan will be doing this entire summer, but here I am, stuck with the crochet. But I think it's good to just follow your interest, because if I was stuck with knitting, I might have just stopped making things, you know, because I haven't had a lot of idea in knitting or designing new things in knitting. And if you follow me, I don't really follow a lot of patterns a lot of time. I mean, I do make patterns that I really find interesting, but a lot of time I just want to make my stuff, my own stuff, and this is what I found happiness at the moment, just making things using crochet technique. But that's what I'm making right now. Oh, one thing, let's talk about this. So I was I got this last night, and right away I used my Swifter. What do you call it? Oh my god, I'm forgetting a lot of knitting terms. But anyway, I tried to use my winder for regular yarn, like wool yarn. It does not work because this thing is so, it's not like wool yarn. It's a little bit, it's stiff, right? So it doesn't make a nice cake. It likes to escape, or not escape, like untangle or unwind itself after you wind it. So using a regular winder, it doesn't work. So I have to use manual hand winding. But then if you let it sit, it will unwind itself. So one thing that I find working is, as soon as I make a ball out of the hank, I put it into a sock, and the sock is, has negative fit. So it will just really keep the ball unwinding itself. And then from there, I can just, you see this, I can just get the length that I want to work with at a time without having them unwinding by itself. So just a little trick, if you're going to get raffia from this brand in the hank, it will be a little bit tricky to wind it, but once you wind it manually, just put it into a sock, and it will. I've been working on it for like from last night to today, and it has not untangled it or unwind itself. So it is a great idea. And yeah, what else? Yeah, I double the strand to make the bag, but for the hat, it's just a single strand of this raffia. I think I'm happy with the double strand. I think it has structure for a bag, and especially when I get to the top, when I put the handle on, I think I will love it so much. So this is my current obsession. And let's talk about being fair. This whole idea I got during my trip, to Milan, or looking or window shopping at really high-end designer. And crochet, there's no machine to crochet things, so all those crochet, they're made by people. And the price, in a high-end designer store is really, it's not it's not your typical price or like regular day-to-day material price, right? In a high-end designer, I get it. You're selling the brand. I just wonder if they fairly compensated the crafter or the people who build the products. I was working on this today, and I think I'm a pretty fast knitter and also crochet. I'm pretty fast. Like for this, I can really do this in like 2 hours. This, I really, every stitch really have to take my time. What I'm trying to say is if they mass produce it by having some people working on it, I hope they fairly compensated the people, because it takes a lot of labor to make this. Not just labor, but their skill. It's a skill to make, a functional, artistic, and also aesthetically beautiful object, right? So I don't know. If somebody knows, I'm not in the fashion industry. If you have any information, let me know. Maybe they are. Maybe there's a regulation out there, when you want to crochet something or have a crochet. This is specifically for crochet stuff. For knitting stuff, there are a lot of machine, like knitting machine. I even have a knitting machine here. And, things are, you can make knitted stuff using machine. But for crochet, it is still purely hand crochet, every product. So, I mean, we in this community, we know about that. If you crochet especially, you know about that. But I just wonder, how do they compensate people? Anyway, did I show this? I also, let's go back to the finished object. I also make it in Merlot or cranberry, whatever you want to call it, because everybody looks good in cranberry, right? Oh, yes. I also put in okay, this color right now it's not that great, but on Instagram I was wearing summery. I know this is not really, do you think it's a summer color? I don't know. Doesn't matter, right? But I was wearing a summer lemon, yellow, pink, white color, and then this. Just go to the Instagram and check. Anyway, where am I? Why am I here? I will be working on this the entire weekend. This is 4th of July weekend. This is Friday, so we're off today. And hopefully I will finish it next week. And when I come back in 2 weeks, I will be able to say something about it or give you some pictures or video or whatnot. What else? I think that's it. Should I do this? I think that's it. Plan. When am I gonna go back to knitting? Not sure yet, because maybe I'll go back to knitting in August. I do have a summer shirt knitting that I completely abandoned, and this is not me at all, because I'm usually a monogamous knitter. However, this is crochet. Maybe that's why I can think, okay, well, I still have only one project, knitting project, but then I have multiple crochet projects. So I'm still a monogamous knitting, but not knitting and crochet. Anyway, maybe I'll go back in August, and I'll definitely need to go back knitting fingering weight sweater for the fall. What is it gonna be? I have no idea. do you have suggestions? I'm definitely low on my wool yarn with this giveaway, and also I have been using all my yarn that I have planned for. So I don't have any yarn. Yeah, I don't have any sweater quantity for yarn. So I'm pretty free to operate. Okay. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Congratulations again. Thank you for celebrating the Pride Month. We continue celebrate Pride all year round. Next time, I don't know what the topic will be, but follow my Instagram, beextraknitting, for any updates. Until then, be extra, love what you knit, love what you make what you love, knit what you love. Okay, bye!